Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm actually super excited because if you're watching this, then you are probably going into your first year studying abroad. You are a freshman in university. You are just in the most exciting stage ever. I'm actually so excited for you. In today's video, I want to talk about the things that I wish I knew before my first year studying abroad. Things that you should know, expect when you go into your first year as an international student studying abroad. So if you're still a little bit concerned with the whole topic of study abroad, you're maybe nervous, you don't really know, and you just need people to talk to, make sure you join my free Facebook group, Girls Study Abroad. The link will be down below in the description box because there are so many girls in there who are just in the same position. I'm in there to help you. You can always ask us all of the questions that you have about studying abroad, and it's just the most amazing community. So without further ado, here are 8 things you have to expect when you go and study abroad for the very first time. Okay, so the first thing you can definitely expect is that you are gonna be overwhelmed AF. Let me tell you. And even if you watch all of my videos, you will probably still be overwhelmed. I hope they still help, but that's just super normal. The thing is with studying abroad, you want to do everything now. Like you want to do all the sightseeing, you want to meet all the people, you want to go to all the parties, do all the things, and you will see that your schedule will be so full of really exciting things, and it will be really hard to kind of calm down a bit, right? In university, you will have a lot more of a free schedule. You're like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with all this time? There are so many things to do. I don't even know. I'm confused. Someone give me a schedule. You have so many opportunities to do things. And what I really realized is that it's so important to have habits, especially in university where you are a bit more free with your routine. I find it so important in order to deal with overwhelm, anxiety, and stress, and to keep yourself sane when you're studying abroad. It's really important to have habits. So for example, I always have habits in my morning routine and my night routine. I love doing yoga. I love to visualize, journal, like find the habits that bring you peace. Maybe that is talking with your parents for 10 minutes every day, or working out every day, like whatever helps you to kind of calm down in that state of constant overwhelm. Do it. It's so important. The second thing that you have to expect when you go to study abroad for the very first time is FOMO, fear of missing out. We all know it too well. So no matter if it's fear of missing out what's happening at home whilst you're away, or fear of missing out what's actually happening where you're studying abroad, this mindset shift in your head needs to happen that there is nothing to compare yourself to. Because why the fear of missing out, FOMO, happens is because we compare our experience to someone else's experience, and because we see someone else doing something and us not doing it, we think we miss out on that thing. But the thing is that you define your study abroad experience. Your way of doing things is the only way to do things for you. So you have to know as well that everyone has different interests, everyone has a different personality. Some people are just better with a lot of people, some people like me, introverts, I just like to be more on my own. You have to know yourself, and obviously you kind of learn to deal with that over time. You don't have to do anything. You have the full control over your study abroad experience, over your university experience. It's your experience. Oh, and also when it comes to missing out on what happens at home, know that people will be fine even if you're not there, and the world doesn't stop turning, and you can regularly talk to your parents, to your friends, to whoever you feel like missing out. Like literally, like with our smartphones, with social media, it's so easy to share all of the experiences. Like I talk to my mom every single day. I always share with her what I'm doing. I send her pictures all the freaking time, and so does she. So you can video chat, you can do anything. The third thing you should expect, and something that I didn't realize, was that you're gonna meet a lot of people, but not everyone is gonna be your friend. So a lot of people, when they go abroad, when they go to university, they are afraid that they're not gonna find any friends. I personally think it takes a lot of time to find really soul connections and not just people you like know, whatever. When you first come to university, when it's freshers, everyone is like super happy, everyone wants to make friends, everyone is super friendly. You're probably gonna hang out with your flatmates a lot, with your course mates a lot. Don't feel pressured to be with people just because they're the first people you meet. Meet people all the freaking time and then be super selective with who you are gonna let into your inner circle, because it's so important, especially in crazy times like studying abroad, that you have super true connections with amazing people, people who uplift you, people who are a positive influence in your life. And even if you don't meet those people in the first 2 weeks of studying abroad, it's absolutely okay. Go outside of your course or your flatmates, right? Like join societies, join clubs, go to events, go to workshops outside uni, right? And connect yourself there. Maybe look even online. And there are so many ways to make amazing connections. The fourth thing you have to expect when you go abroad is that you will lose touch with a lot of people at home. So we just talked about making new friends. There are two types of connections at home. First group of people, there are people who you do not have to message with every single day, and when you meet them again when you're home, nothing has changed and you still connect with them super well because you have this trust, right? That even if you don't message each other every single day, it's still fine, like you will still be friends. But then there's the second group of people who constantly need the validation that you're still friends, who, how do you say that? They just want a lot of attention from you and they stress you out when you don't message them all the time. I right now give you the permission to stop focusing on those people, because true friends trust that the connection between you guys will sustain even when you're abroad. Also, what's super important to know is you will grow apart from so many people because you will develop a lot faster than others and you will have a lot different interests and a different mindset. And it's totally normal to let go of people because they have played a role in your life. They were part of a certain chapter in your life and it's so normal to let them go. Like, always thought I had to sustain friendships because I had them for like very long. But the thing is, like, only a few people will really stay in your life forever. And I really hope that you find those connections. I've definitely found mine. But it's so normal to lose touch and let go of people from home. And that's nothing to be ashamed about. It's so important to grow and change. And it's really amazing because you will find new friends as well. The fifth thing to expect is that you have no other choice than to face all of your fears. You are literally thrown into cold water. I don't know if that's also like a saying you say in English, but there's a saying in German. You might fear like getting lost, being lonely, getting robbed or pickpocketed, you know, all of the worst case scenarios that we have in our mind. Studying abroad, you are independent, you're on your own, you have to figure shit out by yourself. You have to ask people who you don't know for advice. You have to make conversation with people that you probably wouldn't even talk to because you need their help, right? Or you have to figure it out on your own. And when you figure out something on your own, this gives you so much confidence. Yes, it always feels uncomfortable to step outside your comfort zone, but it's worth it. I always tell people, if something really stresses them out, think about the worst case scenario and think about, okay, is this really that bad? Like, will I really die if that happens? And figure out what you would do in that case. Like, let's say you would get lost. Well, you probably just ask someone for the way. Or you would always make sure you have your phone with you so you can go onto Google Maps. Like, you will figure out everything and you just need this trust within yourself that you can figure it out, because this fear comes from not thinking you can figure it out once the worst case scenario happens. So we have to empower you to know that you can figure it out, because you can, girl. You can. You might be homesick, but you also might not be homesick. So everyone, when I went to study abroad, told me, you will be homesick, girl. And for the first semester, I was not homesick at all, right? My homesickness came later, but know that homesickness is different for everyone. And I always say that homesickness is kind of awful but nice thing, because you realize that you have something to be homesick for. Like, you have a home that you miss, you have people that you miss, so you can be grateful actually for your homesickness because it reminds you that you have something so precious. But maybe on the other side to realize, actually, I don't miss home at all, and I would love after study abroad to, travel full time or move another place. Like, homesickness can happen and can't, but whether it does or whether it doesn't, it's not a big deal at all. I also made a video with my best tips on how to deal with homesickness because it's something, as I said, maybe you might be struggling with that. If you're afraid, then look in the video where I give you all of my best tips. And then last but not least, that's one of the biggest learnings I got from studying abroad. You will come home after studying abroad, maybe after your first semester or your first year or whenever, and you realize how much you have changed. Studying abroad is the ultimate school of life, and you will grow so much. You'll get so much more clear on what you want, what you don't want. You will find so much confidence within yourself, and that is really why I want you to have the most amazing experience abroad. I want to empower you to step outside your comfort zone because that is really where your potential lies. And yes, studying abroad is a roller coaster, but it's worth it. It's worth the ride, and I really, really hope that with my channel, with Girls Study Abroad, I can help you to kind of be more prepared to have the best study abroad experience ever, but know that the transformation you will go through will be individual to you, and it will be really, really exciting. Let me know down below in the comments whether you are starting your first year studying abroad, where you're gonna be studying abroad at, or if you're just starting university. Let me know down below. Don't forget to join Girls Study Abroad. I will see you there, and yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!